Under the bright Florida sun, Emily, Jack, Lisa, and Kevin eagerly entered the beach house they had rented. From the outside, it looked modest and unassuming, but it came with a private beach that seemed like a dream. As they joked about drinking till dawn while unloading their bags, none of them could have anticipated the horrifying night that awaited them. That first night, they stuck to their plan of partying at the local bars, returning to the house well past midnight. The four of them went out to the backyard beach, deciding to play some late-night football in their tipsy state. Just then, Emily noticed something moving in the water. "Look, there's someone out there," she screamed, pointing towards the shimmering water under the moonlight. The others followed her gaze and saw a dark figure floating waist-deep in the sea. The figure was completely still, seemingly staring back at them. "How creepy. Who'd be out in the water at this hour?" Jack muttered, but he quickly brushed it off, patting Emily on the shoulder. "Don't worry, it's probably just a drunk local. Let's go inside and have a drink." Back in the house, they opened the sliding doors to let the sea breeze cool them down. After a few drinks, Lisa noticed the dark figure had reappeared on the beach, standing still and staring straight at them through the open doors. "Oh my God, it's back!" Lisa shouted, stepping back in alarm. Now, all of them could see it. The dark figure was still motionless, its invisible eyes seemingly piercing their souls. "That's it, I'm going to find out who this is." Kevin, bracing himself, opened the door and rushed onto the beach. But as he approached, the figure vanished, leaving no trace of its presence. That night, none of them slept well. The next day, Lisa suggested asking the neighbors if they had also seen the mysterious figure. They spoke with an elderly couple nearby and received an even more unsettling revelation. "We've seen that person too," the old lady said, her voice trembling. "Last week, my husband got up in the middle of the night for a drink of water, and saw a man standing in our garden, completely still, like a statue. We asked who he was, but he wouldn't respond, just kept knocking on our door. We called the police, but they didn't find anything. Although they tried to shake off the previous night's scare by playing on the beach and shopping in town, the image of that shadowy figure lingered like a dark cloud." Back at the house, Emily stared silently at the beach, her eyes filled with dread. "We need to figure out who that was," Kevin said, deciding to stay up with Jack that night to keep watch in the living room, hoping to see the figure again. Around midnight, just as Emily was about to go to bed, a sudden shout from the living room jolted her. She rushed out to find Jack and Kevin staring at the beach, their faces pale with fear. "He's back. Right there." Jack pointed to a dark figure standing a short distance from the house, seemingly observing them. Emily and Lisa joined them at the window, staring at the eerie silhouette. Determined not to avoid it any longer, they grabbed flashlights and sticks and went out to the beach together. As they approached, the figure vanished again, leaving nothing but the sand behind. "What the hell? We need to call the police." Kevin could no longer tolerate the unexplained terror. They called the local police, who arrived and searched around the house but found nothing. The police reassured them that it was probably just a prank, but Emily knew it wasn't that simple. Late that night, Emily lay in bed, struggling to sleep. Suddenly, she heard a faint knocking sound outside her window. Her heart raced as she got up and slowly pulled back the curtain. There, on the beach, stood the dark figure again, staring straight at her window. This time, she could see more clearly. The figure wore a soaking wet white robe and had a sinister smile on its face. Emily screamed, waking the others, who rushed into her room to see the eerie silhouette. The figure suddenly turned and walked towards the sea, disappearing into the waves. The next morning, they hastily packed their bags and decided to leave this nightmarish place. As they drove away, Emily glanced back and saw the dark figure standing on the beach again, seemingly watching them go.